So even though I already made a video explaining why I am really excited for Xbox in 2019, I also wanted to do a prediction video. I did it last year, so I just had to do it again this year. And we're going to be talking about the Metacritic scores and the launch dates for Gears 5 and Ori Will of the Wisps, when xCloud is going to launch, if there are going to be big things happening to Xbox Game Pass, a whole bunch of surprise announcements. Will the next-gen Xbox be revealed, and what could happen at E3? So let's get into it, shall we? What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And if you enjoy this video, by the end, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. And don't worry, PlayStation fans, tomorrow I will have a video going over what I predict or what I think will happen for PlayStation. Last of Us 2 this year? You have to wait till tomorrow to find that one out. But oh yeah, I love talking about this stuff. I love trying to speculate and nail certain things that might happen, although sometimes I get it wrong. You know, I'm wrong all the time. Sometimes I'm right. I'm just doing this for fun. So if I say something outlandish, like Microsoft is gonna buy X Studio, don't go running to Twitter or elsewhere and being like, oh my god, you see Rand said they're gonna buy Insomniac. It's just a fun little video that may have some truth to it, or I'm just making stuff up. This is what it is. It's just for fun, guys. It's just for fun. So I figured we'll start with the games, because that is the most important thing there is to a video game console ecosystem, and I know everybody listening will agree with me. Games. You know, there's a whole bunch of third-party games coming out. I'll make a video later on in the year, you know, trying to predict the Metacritic scores, but I wanted to focus on the Xbox or Microsoft exclusives, you know, the ones coming to the console, the ones coming to Windows 10. And obviously we already know the first game hitting its release is Crackdown 3, coming February 15th. We are exactly 1 month away. Now I'm still excited to play this game. The multiplayer looks like it could be a lot of fun. I am a fan of Crackdown 1, but it's been a long time. You know, the development has been rough, to say the least, for Crackdown 3. And I'm gonna say it lands at a 72 Metacritic, maybe as high as 75, depending on how good the Wrecking Zone multiplayer is. That's the kind of wild card here. I think people will play Crackdown 3's two-player co-op campaign and be like, you know what, it's fun, but it's just like Crackdown 1. I believe reviewers are harsher this gen than last gen. I think that's pretty much clear. So I think the wild card is that multiplayer, the full destruction, seeing all the buildings collapse and be destroyed in real time and using that for your tactical advantage. If that's a really good time, then it will rate a little bit higher. But I can't see it scoring lower than Seed Thieves and State of Decay. Next up, we have Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which I predict will be launching on September 3rd and will score a 92 meta. Yeah, that's right, I'm going big with Ori. I love this game. I love the franchise. It means a lot to me. Hit a million gamer score with Ori and the Blind Forest at E3 2016 on stage with Phil Spencer and Mike Ybarra. And I honestly think this could be Xbox's best exclusive this entire generation. I know some people kind of laugh at that as they look at Ori as a smaller indie title, not as like the big boys that 343 of the Coalition would make, but honestly I don't really care about that. I care about great games, and I think Ori will be the best exclusive that Microsoft puts out this gen. It's going into Game Pass, so a lot of people will discover the franchise for the first time, and I hope they like it as much as I do. So look forward to that on September 3rd. And I know a lot of you are probably wondering, wait a minute, September 3rd, that seems quite a ways away. Yeah, I don't think it's coming out in the summertime. I don't think it's coming out in May. I think they're still going to show up at E3. And because I don't think there's a Forza game this year, Turn 10 has said, hey, they're still all on Forza Motorsport 7. So if there's no Forza game, Ori will kind of take that spot to come out the beginning of September before all the other big games hit and do really well. And that leaves Gears 5, which I predict will release October 15th and get a 90 meta. Now 90 meta is pretty high. That's about a 6-point jump from Gears of War 4, but they've gotten more dev time on this. They turned around Gears 4 in 2 years. This game they got 3 years to make. I believe it's the Coalition's second game together, so I think they can improve upon Gears 4 in a lot of different ways. Rod Ferguson has said they're not going to take it safe with this game. There's going to be things in there that they wanted to do previously but just couldn't. So I think we're going to see a more wide linear game with more exploration and a darker storyline that leads into Gears of War 6. And I can't wait to experience it on October 15th. And that's all the Xbox games exclusively coming out from Microsoft. And I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Rand. Isn't there supposed to be another game? Battletoads, Microsoft announced at this E3. You don't think it's coming out this year? And the answer to that question, no. You see, Microsoft just recently released a look back at 2018 and a look forward at 2019 on the Xbox Wire page. And at the looking forward section, it's pretty telling. You see, there's a paragraph that says, with Microsoft Studio games like Crackdown 3, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Gears 5, Gears Pop, and Minecraft Dungeons all slated to launch this year, 2019 is shaping up nicely for Xbox, PC, and mobile gamers alike. You'll see there's no mention of Gears Tactics and also Battletoads. So I think recently the game slipped to 2020 and it won't come out this year. Now some of you might say, well, that's maybe not a Microsoft Studios game, but they consider that game, even though it's not made by one of their first party studios, to be a Microsoft Studios game. I mean, they include Gears Pop in there as a game coming out this year, and Minecraft Dungeons, rather, which is a Minecraft RPG coming only to PC. So I feel like in a press release where you're trying to get people excited for 2019, if Battletoads and Gears Tactics were supposed to be coming this year, they'd be listed here, and they're not. So I don't think they're coming in 2019. Now, it could be an oversight, and they still are, or maybe Battletoads isn't big enough to be warranted a mention here, but somehow I think they'd still mention it if it was coming. Now, all those games I mentioned will also be hitting Xbox Game Pass day and date, and I think this is the year where Microsoft really shows the power of Game Pass, where almost every single month we'll see a game launch into Game Pass the same day it's being sold on the Xbox Store, and then eventually at the end of the year, Microsoft will make a deal with a company, I'm not sure who, and a big AAA third-party game will launch into Game Pass on day one. That is one of the predictions I'm going to make. But it's not also just about Game Pass, you also have xCloud scheduled for its closed beta this year. And I'm going to say that the closed beta rolls out sometime in April, a little bit before E3, and users will have access to a small selection of titles streamable to their Android device and also their PC. It will be free, at least in the beta form. I think they will charge for it eventually down the road, but xCloud isn't ready for prime time just yet. They need the user feedback, the testing, so it can be the best it can be when it rolls out in full in 2020 or perhaps 2021. But there is going to be a new Xbox revealed and released this year. No, it's not the Xbox 2, although we're going to be talking about that in just a minute. The discless Xbox One is going to be announced at the end of this month for release in May at the price of $199. From all accounts, this is the Xbox Maverick, and it is a test console for Microsoft to judge the market's reaction on if people will accept or kind of shun a system without a disk drive. So look for that console in May. And then we get to E3 2019. It's a big E3. Sony's not going to be there. So does Microsoft push all their chips to the center of their table and go all in? Or they kind of, save some for later and save some really important chips for 2020 when presumably, Sony will come back to E3 with the PlayStation 5. So what am I going to predict? Will Microsoft go all in, or will they hold back? I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I don't think you'll hear or see anything from the Initiative or Compulsion Games or In Exile or Obsidian. Those games will be 2020, maybe 2021. But I do think you will see a brand new game announced from Ninja Theory for launch in 2020, and also that wild card that Microsoft's been holding on to for a while. The second game that Playground Games has been making that was supposedly a Horizon Zero Dawn clone, right, when those job listings leaked last year. I think Microsoft will finally reveal what they're working on, and if the rumors are right, Eurogamer and a whole bunch of other sources, it'll be the revival of Fable, and it will drop Jaws and get people really excited about what Xbox and their new studios are going to be doing for next generation. But it doesn't just stop at those games. You're also going to see some studio acquisitions. I think 3 of them, although none of them on the scale of last year. And I just picked 3 studios out of a hat: IO Interactive, Ready at Dawn, and Turtle Rock. Probably not going to be any of those. I just wanted to say it's 3. And you know what? The one I wanted to be the most is IO Interactive. I think that could be way more likely than the other 2, but I do think Microsoft has some studio announcements to make at E3. There'll also be a surprise announcement of, hey, Gears Pop is available now. You can go play it and get ready for Gears of War 5. And they will tease the next-gen Xbox, but they won't properly reveal it until XO19. That's right. I think Microsoft is going to bring back XO19. I don't think it'll be in Mexico. It'll be somewhere else. And I believe that is where you'll finally be able to see what the next-gen Xbox is and what the name will be. Will it be Xbox 2, Xbox 4, Xbox 5, Xbox? Who knows? But it's going to be revealed there, and it'll be a nice moment to do it with the fans, because XO is a fan event. And Microsoft is going to want to do that because Sony's going to be revealing, in my opinion, the PS5 sometime at the end of 2019. So those are all my predictions, except for one. I wanted to do an off-the-wall prediction, and I know a lot of people always do the Microsoft's going to make Xbox Live Gold free. I don't think that's going to happen, at least not yet. Maybe in a couple years, Game Pass will be the only subscription, and Gold will be free for everybody. Don't think it's going to happen, but I did want to do one crazy prediction, and it involves Steam. I think at E3 or potentially some other point in time during the year, Xbox and Steam are going to announce some sort of partnership together where Steam games or Valve games like Dota 2 and CSGO and Hearthstone, maybe even World of Warcraft make their way over to Xbox. And in some way, shape, or form, Steam uses xCloud to stream some games. I don't really know the details of this, but this is my crazy prediction, is that Xbox and Steam partner up, mainly because Steam needs to fight off Epic, and they're looking for a partner to do that with, and Xbox is going to be the one picking up the phone. Will it happen? Probably not. Who really knows? But it's just a fun little prediction to throw it in there. So, you know, a crazy prediction, right? So anyways, guys, those are my predictions for Xbox in 2019. Let me know what you think is going to happen this year in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Share this out on Twitter and Facebook. I would greatly appreciate that. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. Hit that notification bell right next to that sub button if you want to always be notified when I drop new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.